Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about what non-harmonic tones are. Now in the theory world, non-harmonic tones have many different names, like non-chord tones, embellishment tones. It's just more evidence that theory teachers really like to have lots of different names for the same thing. So what are they? Basically, it's any note that doesn't fit in with the chord that you have. So if I have this C major chord up here, any note that doesn't fit in that I put here is a non-harmonic tone. You think, that sounds pretty easy, I can do that. Well, unfortunately there are lots of rules that come with non-harmonic tones to stop you from using them in ways that would be detrimental to the musical flow. But don't worry, we're going to take them one non-harmonic tone at a time so that you can get a good appreciation for how they all work. So let's listen to this little musical snippet here. It's perfectly nice, right? It's a very homerhythmic chorale that we've probably now seen 100 times before. The trouble is, it doesn't feel very much like music, right? It just feels bum, bum, bum. So non-harmonic tones are going to help with that. They're going to smooth out some of these lines. They're going to add a little bit of drama, perhaps. Definitely change the flow of the music. So let's look at exactly the same passage, only now with non-harmonic tones. So you can see I still have my C major chord here, but between these two G's I've added an F, which does not belong in the C major chord, and an A here, which doesn't belong in the G major chord. Sometimes the non-harmonic tone seems to be accented, and that's going to give you a bit more bang for your non-harmonic buck. And sometimes it's kind of a little bit more hidden in the case of these what's called neighbor tones. So let's listen to this and see what the difference is. So go back to number one without me talking between the two. So you can hear that the skeleton is the same. You can hear that the chord structure is the same between both of these little excerpts. But the second one has a lot more life to it. It seems to flow better, and that's because of the non-harmonic tones. Now it's important to be careful when you're using them that you don't just use them all over the place in ways that make the texture way too dense. It's better instead to think of them traveling from voice to voice and just keeping up a constant flow of, well, in this case, eighth notes, because our main beat was a quarter note. So you can see I've got these neighboring tones here, and then that movement goes up into the soprano and then into the tenor. It's not like everybody's doing non-harmonic tones at the same time. That quickly becomes very tedious. So other than that, that is what non-harmonic tones are, just chord notes that are outside the chord.